Hello and welcome to my second video about ErgoBox. This time I will talk about the ErgoBox MkII and I will try to summarize my feelings about the upgrades and overall how this controller feels. But first things first, what is it ErgoBox? Basically it's a hitbox, but it's the same thing to a hitbox as the ergonomical mouse is to the mouse. It's something that lets you play in a position that's comfortable for your wrists. I had a lot of issues with my wrists. I still remember the last tournament I played on stick. I ended up with insane pain in my left wrist, and it took me like 3 days before I was able to even move it or do anything at my work. After that I switched to hitbox, and I was able to play on hitbox for many extensive hours. It still hurt, but not as much, and in the end at the Monday after tournament at work I was able to work. Since I get this beauty, I'm able to play for extensive hours, and the worst case scenario is that my left wrist, or both of them actually, are kinda stiff, but no pain, nothing, and this is the reason why I love this controller. On the other hand, if you don't have wrist issues, it's questionable from my personal point of view if it's worth it to switch from hitbox to ErgoBox. I will probably stick with hitbox, but given the pain and so on, this is awesome. Now to the controller itself. It's basically an ergonomical hitbox, as I already said. On the left side we have left, down, right and up. On the right side you have standard solution, 8 buttons, and then you have this button, which now, thanks to this little guy, you can make this to be up, you can make it to be X, and you can turn it off. Also, you have here a tournament button. You can just turn off these 6 buttons. You can turn them off completely for the tournament, so you don't press like start accidentally or something. This is MkII. What is different? There are several differences. First is it's the shell is made in one piece. It's not like glued together from 2 pieces, which make it feel much more solid. The other thing is here and here you have the sliding platforms, which allows you to quickly slide from one button to another. This was something I really didn't like on the first one, because sometimes you really want to make a slide inputs, like half circle. This is quite different against pianoing, at least for me. And now it's possible. Personally, I will like these platforms to be slightly higher. I will say 0.5 millimeter higher, but it may be a matter of personal taste or the buttons. I have the gamer finger buttons. It's still like it works. It's not that it's bad or something. It's just like you feel the bump. For the controller itself, like in my original video, I expressed some doubts about this pad. It feels like kinda sluggish. It feels like after some hours it will get worn off. Well, let me show you something. This is my MkI, and you see it? It's basically untouched after roughly 1,500 of gameplay, something like that. It's basically untouched. I will say it's pretty durable. Also, it's really surprisingly comfortable, and the anti-sliding pad on the bottom here and here, it's also very good. It sticks to the surface very nicely. Overall, the main difference if you swap from hitbox to ErgoBox is the hand position. Obviously, like it seems obvious, but it's not, because you will quickly learn that when you're playing on hitbox, you have your hand like this. Basically, you are holding your fingers in the air, and if you want to press button, you just let the finger fall down. You may help it a bit, but basically it's a fall down move. Like you just let it go. While here you need to actually do the whole move when pressing something. It's different. Like for first about 4 or 5 days, I had stiff fingers after playing, but once you adjust to it, it's absolutely fine. Just be prepared that at the beginning it's more complicated than expected, but it's absolutely doable, and after a few days there's no issue at all. For the layout itself, it's really like you just place your hand and it naturally falls in the correct position. You can play on your lap, or you can play on your table. And overall, I really like it. Like, again, if you don't have any issues with your wrists, I think Hitbox may be better for you. But if you have wrist issues, I don't think there's a better way to go right now in the fighting games environment than ErgoBox. So that's it.